What's up YouTube, Punk Metal Dow here in another video for my educational series Cognizance is Key. And for this one I'm going to begin with a question. And as a fair warning for anyone who doesn't particularly enjoy this sort of thing, this video will be a little explicit because at the current time this is a subject that is really kind of bothering me. It's really under my skin, thus the reason I'm doing it. Outside of the fact it is educational, it is also going to be therapeutic for me. And that question is, when in the fuck has it ever been a thing where a team wins by attacking each other? I mean, think about it. And I'm not saying that to be funny. I'm not saying that as a rhetorical question. Literally, if you have to pause this video and you want to think about it, feel free to think about it. But assuming that you've done whatever you are going to do, I'll be moving on. So, we really kind of put a lot of differences in between all of us, don't we, as a race? And it's very bizarre. I mean, we have so many similarities. We're all human, first of all. And first and foremost, I think that's the most important thing. But we're not only all human, we all want to live in peace, but we create difference. We just kind of focus on that difference. We want to not feel so alone, so isolated, yet we isolate ourselves by putting these walls up and creating difference within one another. And this really kind of happens at work as well. And this is the aspect that's bothering me that, I mentioned earlier. Without going into where I work, what I do, we all work in the same place, but yet everybody's so divided. Everybody talks so much shit about each other. And I'm not talking about, constructive criticism. Constructive criticism is a good thing. We all should be open to it. But the difference between constructive criticism and just flat out criticism is constructive criticism would be something like, well, this person is really good at this, but not so much at, something else. As opposed to saying that somebody's useless, that's just flat out criticism. And it's also not true. We all have uses, by the way. It's just a matter of finding out what they are. And honestly, that's all I hear, not only between departments, but basically within the same department. I mean, and it goes between shifts. And this isn't even the first job where that's happened. I've had numerous jobs where this is a very real problem. This isn't a job-specific thing. This is a human-specific thing. And it's utterly fucking ridiculous. I mean, we wonder why, or we just feel so alone, but we put these walls up, and we wonder why people are so defensive, but we sit here and we attack each other all the time. And we don't look for real solutions. We don't look for commonality. We don't realize that we're on the same team. I mean, even people on the same shift that I'm on. Very sorry, the weather change has me a little not feeling so great. But even on the same shift that I'm on, there's, I can't believe this person, I can't believe that person. And I don't really hear these people talking about where they go wrong as well and what their plan is to fix it. And the sad thing about that is, we are the only people we can truly fix. If I complain enough about a person, will some things change? Maybe. But for one, the thing that might change is that person might get fired, and that's really kind of a negative. I mean, you shouldn't want people to get fired. And they probably won't truly change. They'll probably just change for the job and resent me the whole time. And that can cause problems in and outside of the job. The only person we can ever truly change is us. But we focus so much on what everybody else is doing. We dig around in their shit like little dung beetles all the time. And we don't really evolve past that. And then we wonder why nothing changes when we have an intense focus on something we cannot change. The person in question is a sentient being. They have to want to change. They have to realize there is an avenue to walk, to change. And you can guide them to that, but instead you drag them down. You make them feel like shit. And you wonder why nothing changes. And of course I mean that in a general term. I don't know, a wide variety of people at some point will end up seeing this. This is a small channel, so realistically, a couple friends, and then maybe it gets out there and some unknowns see it. And of course, I'm not talking to anybody specifically. But, just using that as a general term, basically saying that's what people do these days. And it's just really fucking ridiculous, isn't it? We drag people down and we wonder why they don't have the confidence to achieve things. They don't know something and we don't teach them and we wonder why they don't apply this. And it's ego. It's fucking ego. We're just painting ourselves up to be so much better than that person, and we're not. At the end of the day, we have faults. Our faults may be different, but we have them. And apply that to whatever you will. Our sins, our transgressions, our lack of knowledge, our whatever. Insert title here. We have them. Same as everybody else. We are no better than that person. Think of it as a puzzle. Okay, so we don't fully comprehend life. So therefore, it's not out of the realm of possibility to see life as a puzzle. So think of what a puzzle is. It's all the pieces coalescing to create the picture. And some pieces may hold more beauty than others, but without all the pieces, what do you have? You don't have the larger picture. You don't have the more grandiose image. You just have this one tiny little piece. And we are that little tiny piece going around acting as if we are the whole entire picture. Why? To make ourselves feel better? Maybe even knowing deep down that it's a lie, that we are not the whole of the picture, that we are just a piece of it, and we can't put our ego aside and we can't work together. I mean, it's just utterly ridiculous. And I don't understand where this comes from. And it permeates into so many aspects of our lives. I play Star Wars with my brother, and he's been playing longer than I have. And he's definitely far better than I am at that. And I have no shame in saying that because it's a video game. I don't care. And there's people on that game that they definitely have to feel as if they're the whole picture. They have to just constantly try and try and try and try hard. And I just have fun playing. We live on separate ends of the United States, so this is time that I can spend with them, and that's what's important to me. I don't give a fuck about the KD. I don't give a fuck about my score. I don't give a fuck about the leaderboards. I'm focusing on what's more important. And granted, not everybody's playing with their brother, but you get these people that they have to have the spotlight. And they have to, in the process sometimes, drag other people down. I mean, I've gotten hateful messages over video games because I'm not very good at the game and I'm just here to have fun. And this person, they want to really just have these grandiose numbers, and apparently I'm a hindrance to them. And I mean, it's just, we don't focus on how we're similar. And I don't know, it's 10 minutes in. I've basically, I guess, made the point because I'm starting to get highly repetitive here. But at least this was therapeutic. It's an example of turning a negative into a positive. Hopefully people will be watching this video and really think about what I said. Um, and, if you're not a fan of, all the F-bombs and all that, but you decide to watch it anyway, hey man, I appreciate it. Hopefully you still find the value in it. You can look past it, excuse me, and still find the value in what I'm saying, even if what I'm saying is kind of in a rough and coarse manner. But with all that said, if you like this video, please feel free to like, share, subscribe, comment, ring the notification bell, all the typical crap you hear at the end of every YouTube video. And if this just wasn't your thing, I appreciate you giving me a piece of your time, and regardless of where life takes you, here's wishing only the very best to you and everybody closest to you, and have a great day. Thank you.